Welcome back to File Under Fire, a wrestling review podcast. My name is Brady. I'm your host. Joined with me, as always, is Dom.
What's up, guys? It's been 5 months. What's up, guys?
5 months.
Yep.
Damn. And Aubie.
Woo!
5 months in 7 days is crazy.
Mhm.
We are continuing our GWE-esque shows with our cases. This week it is my turn on the GWE case. And we got here in a strange way. We kind of talked about it last week, both pre-pod, in the week, and then before we actually recorded the episode. And I
We
was
do
obviously
plan these out.
we
believe it or not.
do. I was strongly considering doing Mr. Niebla, and we are not doing Mr. Niebla today. Just because I kind of had like complicated feelings about it, because it's like, okay, if I'm the guy who nominated him, and also the guy who makes a case for him. It's like I already kind of made my case, like I by giving you that nomination, I've said like, hey, these are three matches that I think you should watch to evaluate him, and if you want to dig further, I think you should dig further. But I've already given you like my three matches, and two of which I think no, because we haven't. Have we done the Kaifon match on
No.
Pod?
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
so I guess
That would be
one of
cool.
one of which we have done on Pod, but the other two we will probably do on Pod at some point because they're sick. And I love those matches. But it
That's
just
kind
didn't
of like
feel.
kind of like why I didn't do Bestia, because I'm just gonna keep bringing Bestia matches.
Yeah, yeah. Realistically, I mean, we have given you Mr. Niebla Rex already on this pod. Dom or not Dom. Albie tweeted out my playlist earlier this week, and I think did you give it to anybody else? I know you said somebody else was asking.
Yeah, I posted it in a couple of places because Mr. Niebla was brought up in a couple of places, and uh, I will be voting for Niebla.
Obviously, I will.
Yes.
That's no shocker. Um, and like I fully expect if people do vote for him, he is going to be a lower half pick. I don't expect anybody to actually consider him for a top 50 greatest wrestler ever, but I do think he's great. Obviously, there was another thought of doing Mariko Yoshida, which that is another one who we've covered on this podcast a bunch, and also I think not that I didn't want to do her, but I think someone who will get their votes anyway. Because of how great she is. I was kind of initially approaching it as like a kind of look at more than just the Archean peak. Look at before that, like look at the AJW stuff because there's really some good stuff in there, and I didn't want that to just get like ignored because she does, her as the ace of Archean is so great that like it's easy to just look at all the other stuff and just go, it's whatever. Like it's really good stuff, and I think helps make her case. But nonetheless,
I expect her to make a jump.
after
I think a lot more people are aware of her
yeah,
than were in 2016. I know the first time I heard of Mariko Yoshida, I was in Costa Rica on vacation in like 2018, and my buddy like sent me a message at like 2 in the morning and was like, "I just discovered the greatest wrestler of all time."
amazing. Um, but after last week's Big Boss Man episode, I did feel pretty inspired to really talk about somebody who I feel pretty strongly about, and I think is really a great TV worker that maybe got forced into that TV worker spot a little too early, and that's maybe what hinders him. This week we're talking about Paul London. Um, I
Never
mean,
say die, Paul London.
Wrestling's handsome as a guy.
Dick
yeah,
sucking Gabe.
the sexiest
True.
man alive,
Dick sucking
maybe.
Gabe, bitch.
Paul London, just like all like he has always looked good. He's fat now and he looks good. It's like unreal.
You're making a hottest wrestlers ever list, the HWE. He's a top 10 candidate for sure.
Absolutely. And not even a question. I don't even know who could be above him, like men's wise at least. I'm sure like some weirdos would make it all about women, but like men's wise, I don't know of many hotter. Well, maybe like uh
Super
Andrade.
quirky.
Um Soberano Jr. is a good shout for sexiest wrestler ever. Anyway.
Many choices. Many choices.
Yeah, that's the file under fire list that we're gonna start after GWE's finished. We'll do it in the half year of the GWE.
You could do Yoshida for sure, but you could probably do Niebla too, because he
For
was like
oh
making
yeah,
people smell his pits and butthole. That probably gets some people going.
hey, and like young Niebla, I mean,
Wait, what?
good, strong man. Anyway,
Hey Dom,
What's up?
Paul London, maybe one of the first indie darlings to get signed. Is that a crazy statement to say?
No, when you think about it, he is really the first.
I mean, I guess technically Spanky
Because
gets
I
signed
mean,
like
the
before
internet
him.
didn't even exist when he got signed, bro. He was in 1970. It was in not yeah.
It was in
that's true. I was there.
2003. Yeah.
He was there, and the wrestling boards just came out on dial-up internet, and everyone was like, "You guys just see that Paul London tape?" They were saying, "You guys see that Paul London versus Michael Shane tape?" And then they got signed to WWE.
But
It's
yeah, I
not
think
far off.
because I think it is like Spanky gets signed first, but it's like him and Danielson I think both get signed because of Sean. I think is the deal there
That makes sense.
because for I guess if we want to rewind it back, talk a little bit about Paul London. Paul
Rewind.
originally from Austin, Texas. He starts training at the Texas Wrestling Academy, amongst other things. Um, he also gets trained by Ivan Putski, and more so
Really?
Scott Putski. That's why I watched and sent that Scott Putski and Ivan Putski WWF match, is because he is like he credits Scott Putski for teaching him how the way that he takes turnbuckles is the way that Scott taught him, and he's like, it saved my back.
Wow. I
And
thought you just got a perfect recommendation on YouTube.
no, that was a direct effort because I was listening to him talk about Scott Putski, and I was like, I've never seen a Scott Putski match in my life.
Kevin Putski, probably the best body ever in wrestling.
There you go. There's another one for the
Yeah.
SWE.
Damn.
Dom, have you seen him in his prime? I'm gonna send it in the chat while you talk about
Man, I'm thinking about Reese's
Paul London.
peanut butter cups.
Paul London also
I'm thinking
has
about
credit to
Collie
be
Rancher. I'm
has
thinking about
credit to be
Reese's
trained by
peanut
Dory
butter
Funk
cup.
Jr. He was honestly Paul London trained by a lot of really like all-time greats. Abby, you sent that clip of him. He was a plant in WCW, wearing his funking conservatory T-shirt. Uh,
Holy shit.
but
Yeah,
like
that's the big guy.
he really like one of the first, probably one of the first guys to like use flying in a really impactful way that I can think of, and like to me that is one of his best attributes, and it'll kind of tie into this first match here. But like when you see a lot of guys who fly now, who like do different kind of aerial moves or whatever, a lot of them, their moves are like adding extra flair to a sense. A lot of Paul London's flying is purely to inflict pain. Like he is doing a shooting star press to try and get higher. He is doing the drop
True.
salt because that's how hard he wants to hit you, is to push off of you so much that he is doing a backflip.
And he did it.
It just looks so cool when he does them.
I thought he would. I thought he did the drop salt because he knew it looked cool and he wants everyone to like him because no one likes him ever.
I mean, that is also true.
Oh, everybody
I
loves
like.
Paul London.
I really like Paul London. I was just being rude. Sometimes I don't know what happens. Sometimes I don't know. I don't mean it. I'm sorry.
Bobby, I know you
I
said
actually think that's really insightful, Brady. I think that's true. And like, he's a guy that the context is important for, because if you're looking at him like his reputation was like spectacular, like so many people do like versions of the stuff he was doing then.
Uh-huh.
But you're right, it was different. It was different from what like Amazing Red was doing
yeah.
at the time.
And like that's not to say like Amazing Red was like he was doing something bad, but like a lot of his flying is very like bombastic. It's a lot of flair. It's a lot of like how it's same thing for like a Jack Evans. Like Amazing Red, Jack Evans, the kind of guys that like fall into that same kind of category in flying. It's kind of like
Dude, I gotta watch more Amazing Red, man.
it's like this,
Do it.
I think
Do it.
flyers kind of all get grouped together. Like whereas like the rest of wrestling, it's like, oh, this guy's a brawler, this guy's like a pure, like grappling wrestler, and it's like flyers just get grouped together, but it's like Paul London isn't just like a straight up like, oh, flyer.
He's
If that
RVD,
makes sense.
if you think about it.
In a way,
Wow.
I think like he
Truth
doesn't have
milk.
the
With a better brain.
he doesn't have the
Yes,
karate
that's fair.
influence, I
He's
guess.
just mad. He's just way more handsome. So, that's because RVD's a handsome guy. He's handsome.
Mhm.
He's super handsome in some photos
Yeah.
too, man. But Paul London, handsomest guy in wrestling, bar none. I really think I could say that. I will say that. At least in this era. I mean, maybe compared to
Maybe
like Texas Twister, maybe the Von Erichs, maybe not. But in this era, fucking Daniel Bryan, get out of here. Not even
Brian's
handsome.
ugly as shit.
Yeah,
Bobby,
not
I know you
handsome
said
compared to Paul London, all handsome ass man.
I know you said you wanted to yap a little bit about Paul London.
Mhm.
What did you want to add, I guess, to this kind of case here?
If we're talking about this version of Paul London, the ROH version of Paul London, I think exactly what you said is true. We'll get into it in the match, but like a chant that has become commonplace is like born in this match.
And born from him.
Yeah, even in 02 Ring of Honor, he felt like there was like a daredevil aspect to what he was doing. He, as you said, he was like really impactful and he hit really hard. And
He's
was
a complete
like,
package, man.
yeah, he was
He's
super spectacular.
Like that was another thing, like because he is a really good heel now, and like I watched a lot of Paul London stuff this week, so I can give you some recommendations that I didn't bring. But like, he is a good heel now, but he is by far and away such a good baby face. Like when he just needs to be like the white meat baby face, he like locks the fuck in, and it's like, how could you ever hate this guy?
That's like I know. Like that brings me to something I want to say while I am thinking about it and remember. I mean, obviously, we know how WWE is as a company, and like we know. I mean, I can never change shit. I'm not gonna sound like that, but it. I mean, is he not like the most easy guy to be like, oh, that's my new baby face that everyone will cheer for forever?
He
Like,
was
I
like
know he wasn't big enough,
10
but like,
years too early. Yeah.
We will
like,
get into it too, because I have some things to add to that, but I want to wait, and I'll do that in the in between of the first and second match.
yeah, I should have
Um,
brought it up there. I wanted to do the same thing, but I was worried that when the time
no,
we got there, I
you're
would have forgot.
completely okay. But yeah, I mean that is true. It's like, how is this guy not even just somebody like you push a little bit more in like the mid card? And like
Yeah, like at least,
the
man.
the thing the thing that we've said a lot, like betweenst ourselves, is like, if Paul London doesn't get signed for another like 2 to 3 years, like if he goes around the same time Punk goes, I think he is held in a lot of a much different light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
because
But
he was a standout amongst and amidst like Loki and
mhm.
AJ and the
Yeah,
Briscoes and
and
Red.
I
Like
mean,
he popped.
and having great matches with, I mean, like, you know, talking about like the forum part of it. I don't remember who the post is. I'd have to look it up, but one of the guys who posted in the forum about Paul London left a pretty lengthy response, and he was like, he kind of discredited a lot of the WWE stuff, which we'll get into, because I think his TV work has some really good points, and I think to just discredit it and say like only his ROH run matters in terms of considering him for a GWE is fucking ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because
But
that's actually when I said I had stuff to say, it's related to that. It is, if he had stayed in Ring of Honor, then he would be held up with Joe Punk, AJ, Danielson.
like in
Like,
the time when he is in Ring of Honor, he has a handful of like good singles matches with Danielson before the 2 out of 3 falls match, plus the 2 out of 3 falls match. He has that AJ match. He has a match we've discussed on the pod before, the three-way between him, Loki, and AJ. He has this match, which we're about to talk about, which I'll just introduce it now. Paul London versus Michael Shane from Ring of Honor 9/21/02. Is this show called Unscripted? Isn't that the gimmick?
yes, which they hammer over our head like they do
Because
every single thing, because Gabe is tell,
Gabe,
don't
Worst
show.
ever.
Let me spell
uh,
everything out for you like you're four
This is
years
a blood
old.
and
fight.
this is the point in the episode where I will preface that if you do go and watch any of these three matches that we're going to talk about today, I am sorry about the commentary on every single one of them because it sucks. It's terrible.
Abolish commentary.
The ROH match, Gabe is talking way too much. The WWE
Just get a guy who speaks Spanish to like read the phone book over the match, and I'll be perfectly fucking content.
WWE match, it's just the WWE commentary bickering bullshit. And then the indie match post WWE is mono stereo only in your right ear. So I apologize. It's a rough commentary
I
episode, and
turned on mono audio, so we're good, bro. It's in both
but
ears.
he has this Michael Shane match, and this is like kind of the beginning of him really getting his footing. The crowd has already started to latch onto him, but he hasn't quite figured out what he is yet. He's
And they're still doing these like Texas Wrestling Academy showcase matches at this point.
yeah, and like he's wrestling like Spanky. Um, I think he wrestles like it's him, Spanky, and Danielson have a three-way maybe.
Yes.
Uh,
Did you happen to do you know the context of like this feud? Because it's really stupid.
yes, actually, I do
Yes.
know the context of this feud.
Very Gabe.
Do you want to lay it out?
Well, the what sets off the bad blood between them is they're in a tag match. It's Michael Shane and Biohazard. These are all Texas Wrestling Academy guys versus London and Don Juan. And the stipulation of this tag team match is the person who gets the pinfall gets a Ring of Honor contract, which is
Nice.
a perfect Gabe
Yeah,
clusterfuck.
it gets a
And
Ring of Honor contract in a very obviously just starting indie company.
even then, like that's such a convoluted like because what happens is London and Shane get the pin at the same time, but the ref says Michael Shane is the legal man because there's like, of
Uh,
course, it breaks down into like chaos. But it just ends up being like derailing the whole match because the partners don't want their partner to win the match because if they get the pinfall, they get the contract. So it's
so
just a very
cool.
Ring of Honor like Gabe. type thing,
Gabe
but
idea.
it does come out of like they are fresh out of wrestling school.
Yeah. Like, I mentioned like all these guys like that trained London, and like they were all doing something different for him. Like Dory was trying to get him tryouts for WWE. Um Ivan and,
That's
and
funny.
Scott were kind of just like really teaching him the basics, and then Rudy Boy really helped transform him into a wrestler.
And driving
That's
him
the
around
other
in the van to the
that's
Northeast.
that's the other thing we need to like discuss really quickly too, is like Texas Wrestling Academy always gets a lot of credit of being Shawn Michaels' wrestling school. But the reality is Shawn, by the time like Paul London gets there, Shawn's basically gone because he's
Uh-huh.
returned to WWE. He's back from retirement, and so it is just Rudy Boy, and he is training like all these guys, and also he's getting a van and driving all of these guys to the Northeast to wrestle because he knows that like things like ROH is what's going to help these guys make it, because the Northeast was booming at that time. And so like London, I listened to the infamous London and Brian Kendrick shoot that has some stupid shit in it, but London mentions that like in that like Rudy Boy, like his London's car broke down in like San Antonio or something like that, and he was like he couldn't get to where Rudy Boy was, so he's like, fuck, I'm not even gonna get it. And he gets a hold of Rudy Boy. Rudy Boy drives to Paul and then goes up and like they make a stop in like Cincinnati to pick up Spanky because Spanky had moved to Cincinnati to train, or like because that's where he got put in developmental, and then left his developmental contract, and then was still just living there because he had like an apartment there or whatever. So then he would, Rudy Boy's driving up to Cincinnati and then over to like wherever, Philly or whatever,
Yeah,
to
this is the Murphy Wreck. This is the Ring of Honor home base here.
and doing shit like that just so all of these Texas Wrestling Academy guys could get on shows. Like Rudy Boy was doing the absolute most to try and get these guys placements. And I mean he did just that. And so having these guys in
Rudy
these
Boy. He sounds nice. I want to be friends with a guy named Rudy Boy.
having these guys,
Rudy Poo.
constantly pitted off against each other. Michael Shane had already like
Rudy Poop.
he had already started kind of making a name for himself. He gets that contract, like you said, and then he turns on Rudy Boy and says like he doesn't like, or he doesn't care about anything he taught him. He's not going to use it anymore or whatever the fuck he says. Like stupid whatever. And so it kind of builds to what this is, which is this Paul London Michael Shane blow off.
Sort of after one match, but it's a
After
blood
one
feud.
match,
It's a blood feud. If you didn't know, it's a blood feud.
it's a blood feud. We're doing blood feuds, brother.
It's awesome that he
Fucking,
says it's a blood feud as he's doing a cravat. As he's doing a little cravat hold.
Ring of Honor is not just technical wrestling matches.
Yeah, suck my dick, Gabe. Dick sucking Gabe.
Dick
So this is
sucking.
this is how did fucking Michael Shane say it? You want
You want a
street
street
white
white?
Paul?
You want a street white?
Street white Paul? Um
you want a street wife for Paul? You fucking got street.
He totally blew it. He blew it so hard.
Yeah, he just walked away like fuck.
but
If he was his uncle, how was he related to Shawn Michaels? Cousin, uncle?
cousin, I don't know.
Yeah, he would have beat the shit out of the cameraman for his fuck up.
Yes.
But yeah, he like the match starts hot. They like immediately are going for each other. You get the moment where Paul London gets thrown out of the ring and he goes to skin the cat. And this is something that like Paul London will do like throughout his career, is like this effectively the same bump where he'll like go to skin the cat and somebody will hit him off of the ropes and he'll just fall to the ground and take one of the gnarliest bumps ever. That's another thing. I kept noticing the similarities between him and Big Boss Man of
Yeah.
being just like weirdo bump freaks. Because
Oh, yeah.
like,
That was definitely Paul London. It had a reputation at the time. That was another thing that sort of not separates him because all those guys did stupid shit. But as we'll talk about with the chant, he was very willing
Mhm.
to eat shit, and he does it
yeah,
multiple times in this match.
and just do like stupid stuff like this. Like, so he gets speared while trying to skin the cat, and just like it looks terrible. Like he whacks his head off the apron, falls to the ground. Like it just looks bad.
Why do they call it
Um,
that? That's fucked
skin
up.
the cat. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it was cool though.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't even know. I was, I thought that while I was watching this. I was like, I don't
Ring
even
of
really.
Ring of Honor hasn't quite figured out the guardrail situation yet, so they just have like chain link fence little sections as their guardrails.
I
Um,
like those.
but they're I don't know if what they're stood up by because Paul
Nothing.
London gets thrown into one and he lands in the crowd with on this thing. Like that just lands on some people's legs. uh
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, one of the coolest spots ever is when he does the jump back. He does do the fucking like super action movie kung fu fucking kick the
oh
ladder in
yeah,
your
the
face. Coolest
ladder.
shit ever. Mm-hmm.
Before that we get the chair spot where London goes under the ring for the chair and he stands up and he's kind of holding it up in the air, kind of parading it around the audience, and Michael Shane dives out onto him, like onto the chair. Which
Oh
They've
my
got the
god.
TLC set up where you like when you go into the ring, you can get a table, a ladder, or a chair.
or chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got the
And
option TLC picked in their 2K game.
I fucking love. I I love. All right, I forgot.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
I really
yes.
want to get Reese's peanut butter cups. What about the match? About the match. Oh yeah, I love how he was holding the chair like a fool. Look at my chair.
But I like that he was holding it up in the air as to be like, hey crowd, look at this, opposed to like just grabbing the chair and just holding it very clearly in front of his face. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like it,
Whatever, man, because it kills him.
it kills him. He gets
Yeah,
busted open on it.
Yeah, I
You
mean
know,
they both these guys bleed a lot. I don't know what is up with their
this
blood,
is
but it
this
both
is
looks really
gotta be.
gross.
They say it on commentary, but this has got to be the first time London gigged. Like,
yeah, he
cause
wasn't good at it.
He just
he
fucking cut
gets a
all across his forehead.
little baby cut, but he starts bleeding. But Michael Shane starts working it. Um, they Michael Shane sets a chair up like in because he can't set it up in the corner like you normally would because of the fucking Ring of Honor long turnbuckle pad things. So he sets it up like with the ropes like
Yeah, I've never
perfectly
seen that. I
horizontally.
actually didn't think that was gonna work.
I also didn't think it
Yeah.
was gonna work because he was also kind of fighting it for a minute.
Yeah.
And
He's
so I'm
like, I
like,
can't even fit this
is
shit in
this
the ring.
is this gonna be like one of those situations where he thinks he's got it, and then as soon as he walks away to go grab London, it's just gonna pop the fuck out of there and just like fall to the ground? You know what I mean?
Or shoot out, kill somebody in the front row.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, chair. Oh, bonk. Um,
It would
but
have
no,
bounced off somebody's big fat titties.
London reverses the Irish whip. Shane hits the chair. Michael Shane gets busted open. Michael Shane now. You want to talk about knowing how to blade? That
Michael
boy
Sean.
got it. That boy
Yeah,
got it.
I don't know. That was what I meant. His blood looks gross and streaky and like ew, like it's all over his shit immediately. That's nasty.
Yeah, he's gross looking to begin with, so it really adds something.
Yeah, he is like very weird face looking.
He looks
Yeah,
like
he's
Bubba
Gross
Shawn
looking.
Michaels.
got kind of a weird fucked up hairline.
Is he?
It's like
He's related to him, like very loosely, huh?
They're cousins. That's why his name is Michael Shane.
Yeah, Michael Shane. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, Michael Shane's not bad. I like some of the Matt Bentley stuff in like early TNA. He's good in this match.
He's good. Yeah, I mean, he is a perfect heel, opposed to the white meat babyface. Um, then we get that moment you were talking about, Dom, with the London goes for like the baseball slide into the ladder, but Michael Shane picks it up, and then London
Yeah, I mean the
he like
coolest.
ducks it, does the little back karate kick.
Chapa, and then he fucking chapa jumps out. Very dope. Very very dope.
Then we get the if this happened today move, people would be like, "Oh, look at this botch, botch," because Paul London goes for what I think he was trying to go for. There was like a head scissors or like some kind of rana. It's what it looks like because the way
He
he like
just in the heat of the moment, he's like, "How do I do that again?"
it. Well, it's like it looks like he puts his feet in the right place, but Michael Shane just doesn't grab his feet basically,
I thought he was
and
trying to get him into like a crab or something. It was weird, but of course Gabe like makes it worse by over explaining. But at first he goes, and then he launches into it.
yeah, because you can tell he probably was like, because he probably made him call the match like spot by spot to him first, and so then he's watching the match, and then it doesn't go the way he's expecting, and he's like, "Oh no!"
He grabs his foot and the momentum, and he
But
slipped.
it kind of ends up just looking like he gets power bombed, which is kind of sick
Yeah, it looks like he
because
just falls on his
he
fucking neck.
he eats shit. Um, Michael Shane belly to bellies Paul London into the ladder in the corner.
Yeah, that was
Which
pretty cool. And the way he takes it just on his legs, that probably sucks.
uh, and then Michael Shane picks up the ladder, and I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do this, and I don't know why, because it's so perfectly funny, of just like standing the ladder up, and they're like, "What's he gonna do with it?" And he just drops it and just lets it whack him in the back. Which, once again, another thing Gabe ruins on commentary, because he's like, not only does that hurt on the lower back there, because he just got belly to belly suplexed into it, but it's also just embarrassing. It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, we know you
Fatty McFat fat.
could have just hit him with the "that's embarrassing" or "that's just mean." Like, I don't know. You could say a million different things there, and he says every one of them, and it's annoying.
Yeah, just shut up, man. Just stop talking, please.
There is a funny
Uh,
part where he says, "I'm speechless," and then he just keeps going.
And then yeah, like sure, bro.
Somehow, some way, Paul London gets a head scissors into the table. I
From the ring to the apron and dies while delivering it.
I have no idea, like, how he made that work, because it like the angles should not have even got Michael Shane to be pointed that way, but he does. Um, so London gets the taller ladder and sets it up in the corner, and he dives out off of the ladder. This is like a Jeff Hardy spot in my head of like running up the ladder and then diving off onto somebody.
And fully flat backing
Just
onto the concrete floor.
just lands directly on top of him in like
Well, it's not even like a splash. He kicks him, and then he just
yeah.
lands on his own back and head.
Yeah, it's like awesome.
I just rewatched it because I wanted to see it, and yeah, I mean he just like because Michael Shane's doing the like acting like he's gonna go to the back thing, and he just runs up the ladder and just yeah like almost capo kicks him is the way it kind of looks. Just like dude, that's amazing. I don't know. This is the point where these guys are like locked in. Like
Gabe
this whole kind of
says,
finishing
"Innovative,
stretch
high
here.
flying daredevil," which is actually like you're making the case, right? That's what he was in early Ring of Honor. Thank you, Gabe.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for spelling it out for me.
Thanks, gay. Lol.
Then you get a London going. Would you call it like a seated senton that he's going for, or like a like what would you call that? When he's trying to like jump
he
like
leapfrogs over the
over the
ladder, like
ladder.
launches himself over the ladder like Rey Mysterio shooting out of the stage.
Yeah.
I think probably that was a flying nothing so he could get power bombed. I don't think he was going for anything, but I'll forgive him for it.
Well, it looks like the Rey Mysterio like seated senton thing. That's
Yeah,
what my assumption of it was.
nuts to face.
But although I will say it is funny because before he does it, he does like a little like rope in the air action, like he's a rodeo cowboy. like,
Texas.
Have we talked
uh,
about the backflip fucking kick? The
um,
backflip kick to Michael
no,
Shane's
not
head.
yet, not yet. We haven't got
That
there yet.
wow.
We because after the power bomb, you get the Michael Shane elbow drop, and like they've been selling this elbow drop as like something fucking sick, and
Shitty booty ass elbow drop.
he drops it. He does the elbow drop. It doesn't look that good, but
Well, he does
fucking
the very natural thing of like kind of putting his
of
feet down
feet
first
down
because he's
first.
jumping
Yeah.
way off the ladder. But yeah, that's his like
No, this is the
whole
one off the
gimmick
rope.
is like yeah. Same
That's
way.
really
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, his whole gimmick is he has the Shawn Michaels elbow drop, but he does not. He he definitely throws the legs down.
But London like kicks out of it. Then
And that ref
London
was counting fast, dude.
Mhm.
London hits a
He's jumping and
hits
shit. He's doing shit he just shouldn't be doing.
London hits like just the best shooting star press you've ever seen.
He's just natural at that. He's good. He's dope.
It's just like it every time I watch him do the shooting star press, and we'll talk about it, like he makes it look so fluid. You know what I mean? Like it comes so natural to him, and it's crazy like the match we're going to talk about last where it's like 15 years later and somehow some way he still makes it look worth a shit, you know?
Mhm.
But Michael Shane kicks out at 2. Then London gets the like tall ladder and he's setting it up, and this thing is bent as fuck.
Yeah, I would not climb on that worth a damn. Never ever in the
Not a
life.
He tries to
chance.
get it. He tries to get it back in shape by like round kicking the rungs.
And like
It stomps the shit.
I don't yeah, but then they fight up. Michael Shane gets the elbow from the ladder, and then you get like London kicks out and you get like what did I say? Gabe says he's like, oh, that never say die attitude of Paul London. After like the crowd is like going nuts. Like for what it's worth, like this 2002 Ring of Honor crowd is like buying in on every falsy and like they are going nuts for it. I
And
mean, people
I did
people
want to say
stand
like
up.
this seems less insane now, but like when this DVD unscripted dropped, like this was a big deal. This was a match that was like you got to buy the fucking tape or the DVD to see this.
But yeah,
Like this is
like
wild shit for 2002.
Mhm.
the then you get what did you the moonsault like kick
Like
thing that
like it's silly, but it's not silly because he nails him in the face. It's fucking awesome. He gets him right in
dude,
the forehead.
it's impressive. That's what I'm saying about like him being
Oh my
like
god, he gets him in the
him
fucking face.
him doing flying moves for accuracy and like pain. Cause yeah, he does a perfect moonsault and also somehow still manages to like actually kick Michael Shane in the fucking head. like
Dude, I mean, that probably knocked him senseless because that was so fucking fast.
like
That
you
was
know how many
all
guys if they tried
shin.
to do that nowadays would just whiff? And
All of them. And
That's
the
some
other guy
jacked
would still
evidence.
sell it.
Yeah, true.
and that's another like kind of piece to this Paul London puzzle of what I'm trying to paint out here is like he he always wanted to actually hit you. Too many flying guys now, too many wrestlers now that are trying to emulate this style are afraid to be stiff. Paul London was not afraid to be stiff. What he's doing here, he's hitting Michael Chane hard, but
As fuck.
he's not hitting him in like a super dangerous way. You know?
No, he's
Like
doing all the dangerous stuff himself.
yeah, he
After he hits the move, he lands on his head.
the finish of this match obviously kind
Bro,
of building.
Abby, speaking of the finish and hitting his head, if you slow this down, he breaks all the momentum on the side of his head just face first on the fucking mat. It is
Yeah.
kind of nasty, but
Yeah,
awesome.
he didn't care, dude, which is why we get the chant.
Yeah, that's why they start chanting "Please don't die." Like, and it's genuine. It's not like, oh look, the babyface is doing something kind of dangerous. It's like his head. The only reason I think he is not higher up on the rungs of these ladders is because there is a ceiling.
Yeah,
And
and this
like,
is, to be clear, this is the first "Please don't die" chant. It's spontaneous. It's not like
Is
we
this
get
the
to
first
chant
fight
this at the
without
wrestling show.
honor?
It's a street fight. It's not a
I'm
fight
so
without honor.
stupid,
But
bro.
they,
I broke the
but
game.
they,
I mean, you're not far off to be fair.
Gabe just hadn't come up with it yet. They don't follow the code of honor, which is emphasized. Although
Yeah.
they do a hug at the end, which was pretty funny.
Awesome.
So like Paul London, I don't. They say doesn't he say this is like a 15 or 17-foot ladder or something like that?
Yeah, it's one of the ones that if you've seen the TLC stuff, it's like that.
It's a very tall ladder. Once again, still bent. His round kicks did nothing to straightening this thing out. And he goes up to the like third from the top rung and just hits the most
Stop
perfect fucking shooting star press ever.
And that's actually, to me, scarier than if he had been able to go to the top, because he doesn't get like a ton of clearance from the ladder.
No, which is something once again we will see later. Like
Yeah.
he he doesn't like he's and it's funny he has like that clip from the Chris Van Vliet interview where he talks about Kidman's shooting star press. And like Kidman
He
said, like,
couldn't
oh
do it
yeah,
no
like
more.
once I'm in the air, like I don't have any control over my body. And
Yeah, we
like
can tell Billy Kidman.
Yeah.
He's
London,
lucky
like
he's walking.
London is like perfect. Like he only kind of barely over rotates on this one, and it's really not even like an over rotation. It's just kind of I think how high he's jumping. He's probably never done a shooting star press from that high before, so he doesn't know like physics of doing a backflip. Like you open up to like kind of halt your momentum. So he probably doesn't know like okay, where do I need to open up so I don't land in like basically just a double stomp. But he kills him perfectly, like you said, Dom. He basically lands on the side of his fucking face, and he doesn't hook a leg. He doesn't fucking roll over. He lays there, dead fucking weight, on the top of Michael Shane, and they count the pin 1, 2, 3. This is my case here: is that Paul London is giving you the blueprint to be good, still with doing all the high flying, doing all of the things that like people will be like holy shit at, but doing it in a way that feels real, feels right, feels smart. It's not there's no bullshit. There's no like, oh, look at me, let me do a roll through so I can fucking give you a cutter cuz that's going to help somehow. Like fuck off with that shit. That's I don't know, man. Like he is so perfect at doing just this. And he said like in one of the interviews, I think it was the Chris Van Vliet one, he's like, it's like, okay, what would you say like to a aspiring wrestler, what is the thing like you should focus on the most if you want to like get over and get big? And he was just like selling. Like you need to be able to sell well on everything. If you if it's late in a match and you've already gone through a lot of crazy shit, you need to look exhausted. You don't need to be like firing up, hitting crazy moves. You need like and before he like climbing the ladder, he's slow. It looks jelly legged before he hits the shooting star press. Like I said, he fucking doesn't move an inch after if he lands. He just lays there. It is the masterclass. It is the blueprint, and it's just like lost to time because of what guys were doing like on TNA, I guess, or I don't know. So, what do you guys have any other thoughts on this match before I fucking keep rambling on?
No, I think we need to. I don't want to speak for Dom. I think we need to keep rolling because I think that. Well, let's just go to the next one. Unless Dom has something to add, I definitely don't want to cut him off.
What? No.
So a little bit of the in between here, between the ROH, this ROH era, and then him going to WWE, he basically says like that he was doing tryouts for WWE because WWE was the show, and in his mind, and this is a pretty prevalent thing in a lot of people's minds in 2002, 3, 4, 5, even all the way up to maybe 2010, that like you aren't wrestling on the indies to try and be big on the indies. You're
Yeah, you don't
wrestling
want to
on
die in the Murphy Rec Center.
you're wrestling on
Yeah.
the indies to try and get noticed and try and get tryouts, try and get looks so that way you can get signed to WWE and be in one of the like and he fully accepted that like he knew that he was not the archetype for what they wanted. He knew he was never going to go to WWE and be a world champion, but he still wanted to make it to WWE because that is like the dream. That is what you want. And so he's doing tryout matches. He famously has the match with John Cena where John Cena got in trouble for giving him too much. Um, because he gets like he hits the drop salt, he gets the fucking shooting star press, like he gets it all. It's like a 5 minute match on Velocity. Cena is not he has B squared, but he's not quite Doctor of Thugonomics yet. He's in this like he's in a weird kind
Ugh.
of in between time, but like they already know that like he's about to start getting the push. Like he is about to become Cena. And like that match is honestly really great. He has just a lot of really good velocity matches before he gets signed, and then even once he gets signed. And I think something like you said, Aubie, about Boss Man of like his bread and butter was those 5 minute squashes or stuff like that. Paul made his money being able to go on these B shows, these C shows, and making guys look like $1 million. And
Velocity, awesome show. I
and
don't
and
think
then
anybody was paying attention to like what was happening on Velocity, or they would have made it shittier.
and then when he did have moments to like shine, like this match we're about to talk about, they like they really bring it into something. So Spanky is signed to a developmental deal. Paul London is just signed to a developmental deal, and they Kendrick said like he kind of knew they weren't going to do anything with him, so he was like, "Can I at least just team with my friend?" Um,
Thank
because
you, thank you, Spanky.
because even though Kendrick was like,
Thank you, Red Pill,
even though
or
they
whatever the
trained at
fuck.
the same place, even though they trained at the same place, they didn't really meet each other at TWA. They met each other in like California, like just doing shows.
Oh, I thought
And
you were
like
gonna say doing drugs.
that too. That's also what the reason why part of the reason why they became friends because they both like to do drugs.
Yeah, I
Well,
have some friends like that.
they smoke
But
hella?
That'll happen.
Yeah.
London finally gets signed because he basically just says like, "Hey, you guys have given me a bunch of tryout matches. I've succeeded in all of them. I have a contract from 01 on the table, and I have a contract from TNA on the table."
Wow,
Oh
dude.
my!
And
Don't say I 01.
like, yeah, like Hash was like pressing hard to try and get Paul London to sign a 01 contract.
God,
and
man.
I mean he did like some 0-1 tours, like pre WWE, but
I would
obviously
like
like
to see those.
nothing. I did that is one thing I didn't watch. I didn't try and find any of the like 0-1 stuff.
You probably wouldn't
Um,
even find it anyway. It just fucking
he
sucks on
does,
its own
but he
shit.
does have like some good stories of like going over there and like partying in Japan and shit like that. Because they would always put him up in a hotel in Roppongi.
Dude,
So
I bet
it's
that
like
was a blast. Outside of the
it's
like 10 minutes you were in the ring in 0-1 where you're getting the shit whipped out of you, it probably
Yeah.
like the coolest place to go for a guy like that.
yeah. I mean, being
The
young, just
world's
like
handsomest man.
uh,
True.
so
He's in
he basically
competition with Hashimoto. Maybe
he
that's
just
why he wanted to
fair.
sign
presses
him.
he just presses WWE. That's also because Kendrick goes over there and he gets the name Leonardo Spanky because I guess somebody like around Hashimoto thought he looked like Leonardo DiCaprio, and so they're like, okay, you're gonna be
All these
Leonardo
honkies look the
Spanky.
same.
You're gonna be Leonardo Spanky, and they made him like cut his hair and shit. and,
That's pretty
and
fucking
he was
tough.
like, in his very drunken state, he's just like, I don't know why they didn't call me Spanky DiCaprio, but and I'm like, well, it's probably because of how the Japanese naming goes, but I digress.
Leonardo
So
Spanky.
yeah, he presses WWE, and they're like, all right, fine. They give him a developmental contract. He goes to OVW for like 2 months, and then is like just shot up to TV. And like that's when he finds out about because Cena like comes in to OVW doing something like I don't know if he was like helping the guys there or whatever, and he's like, oh, he sees London. He's like, oh, hey man, how's it going? Like that's cool, whatever. And he's like, yeah, dude, like I got in trouble for fucking giving you so much in that velocity match, and like London had no idea because when they come back to the curtain, all the people in Gorilla are like, yeah, woo, good job, guys, that
Fake
was
as
sweet.
fuck, man. They're so fake.
Oh, dude, just classic WWE bullshit.
Man,
So
he is
this,
also so good at shit talking everyone he doesn't like. He is a snake tongue.
dude, he is we'll get into it a little bit, but anybody he hates, he shit talks so bad. It's so funny. I love it. So he
Classic.
wrestles
That should
him
get him on
and
the list alone. That's what great
Mhm.
wrestlers do.
Spanky in this match here. This is an episode of
This is
Velocity.
Velocity, but it's taped for SmackDown, so we got the crazy smacker set with the big
So yeah,
twist.
this is an episode of Velocity. It's Paul London and Spanky versus Canyon and Shannon Moore.
Insane
Uh,
tag team that I want to fantasy book.
11-8-03. They book them. I looked on Cage Match. They actually run like a good amount of matches because I guess at this point Matt is AWOL. I don't know what the actual reason is, but like storyline wise, he's like not there. So Shannon Moore, one of
Gee,
the
I wonder what could
morons,
it have been.
Shannon Moore, one of the morons, doesn't know what to fucking do because he doesn't have his leader, and so he's just teaming with
Wow, I mean
Canyon.
that's so
Yeah, well,
crazy. Morons, morons, bro.
Demott hits it so hard.
They suck so bad. These two
Atrocious. It
fucks.
took me a minute to figure out who it was. I was like, who is this like dime store Taz they have on
Yeah,
camera?
right. That's exactly what I was like. This is not fucking Taz.
Dime store. I should have said Timu, and everybody's gonna know
I
I'm an
think
idiot.
I think the reason I knew it is because I had watched it. Like there, you can type it in on YouTube. You can look up like Paul London great matches or whatever, or just Paul London matches, and you'll find probably the same exact playlist I watched that just like has a bunch of his WWE stuff that's just uploaded. It's just like
Let's
full
go.
tags,
Sounds
and
awesome.
they're all like sub 10,
Oh,
and like you can just watch them like one after another, and then like it'll mix in like the Kendrick and London stuff, and then like you'll get like a good cruiserweight titles match and shit like that, like kind of ebb and flows. But yeah, like they go out here and
They all sprint to the ring because they've only got 6 minutes to work.
yeah. Oh yeah, we do want to point out Londrick, and Kendrick come out to just ska
He's off the
basically.
straight up,
list.
Scott. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
He's off the list.
Yeah, get him off. Get him off. Off, off
No
August list.
skanking on my list.
Smelly skanking.
And like the reason I picked this match is because once, around because London and Spanky tag here, then Spanky leaves the company again, goes back to ROH, then that's when they pair up London and Kidman until Kidman
Oh.
gets fired. Um, so, but then like London and Kidman have a run. I think they become tag champs. I think they win the tag belts off of the Dudleys, which is then when I told you that story about London and Bubba. Like Bubba was being a bitch to
Stiffing
him,
him?
so he just stiffed him so hard that he rolled out of the ring and like didn't get back in the ring for the rest of the match, and they had to change the finish on the fly and everything,
So
which
that's
is
what
just
Dudley's versus Kidman and
Kidman
London.
and in London. I think he said it was just
That
like on
sounds
TV,
fucking
so it's probably just
awesome.
like on an episode of SmackDown or something.
We will find it.
Um,
Uh-huh.
but this match, when Kendrick comes back and he's just Brian Kendrick, they kind of get in this like very formulaic thing where like London gets beat down, Kendrick hot tag, beat him up, London comes back in, roll up, win. And they run that formula a lot, and I think it's just because of like, they're just like, hey, we're just gonna put you out here with Deuce and Domino, or we're gonna put you out here with the Mexicools, or like whatever the like tag teams they had bouncing around at the time that they didn't really fucking care about anyway.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so like it becomes pretty formulaic, which isn't bad, but the reason why I picked this match is because this is not a part of that formula. So you get the start with Paul London and Shannon Moore working back and forth. You get the double arm drags, and then
Ridiculously good match,
the
though.
assisted like
Yeah, this was my
leg
favorite match of all the three of these.
the assisted like leg moonsault thing that he does where he like throws his leg. It's like
He
a cheerleading
flips him
move.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
So cool.
Canyon in this is great because
unreal.
he's a foot taller than like everybody else. And but with the agility of all four of them, so like he can work really well with these guys, and it honestly becomes a lot of fun.
I
Mhm.
said this on Different Style Whites. Every time Canyon hits a move in any match ever, the whole crowd goes, "Oh!"
Oh, shit, something
he
cool.
makes
Yeah.
I
he
might need
makes
to put him on
everything
the
look like
list.
dude, yeah, he makes everything look great.
Love Canyon.
It's just so like it's this is the worst company ever because you could so easily make this guy just like a mid card fascination champ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All
just put like the
everyone
US
in this
title
match,
on him or
maybe
something.
not Shannon Moore, the morons, but everyone in this match, you could have been awesome as
Shannon
far as
Shannon
Canyon would have been
Moore,
a Canyon would have been a perfect Intercontinental Champion.
yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
a guy who just was like, or even just a guy who's
And he was
chasing
over,
the
dude. He
IC
was
title
super over.
Always over in like every company he was in because he did
and
cool
every
shit.
gimmick.
Yeah, yeah, he was fucking awesome.
It's, just, it's the wrestling company's not that hard, bro. I
Yeah,
could
you
run this shit.
watch a Mortis or Canyon match and count the moves that he just made up that are finishers now.
Yeah,
It's like all of them.
who better?
Who better?
Who's better? No one's better.
But Brady, you said it doesn't have that formula, but it does have, like, London gets the hot tag
Yeah.
eventually. I think, yes, if London stays in ROH, he is up there with like the all-time indie guys. I think he's honestly made like a monumental leap in a year here in terms of like
Oh
building a
yeah.
match and
It's also
psychology.
it's
And I
also so
know the
funny because
schedule sucked,
he's
but
still wearing
like,
the Nightwing tights too here.
yeah, yeah, like the schedule probably took a couple years off his career. But like, if he stays in Ring of Honor for 2 more years, or he goes to TNA, or he goes to 01, I I don't think he's able to do what he does in the latter part of his career.
Like what
I
he's
don't.
doing now,
Yes,
basically.
yeah. I don't like. He really was like so adept at immediately understanding like what WWE wanted him to do, And like, I do think it made him a better wrestler. And I like this version of Paul London to me is like the perfected form of Paul London.
And he even says, like in the Van Vliet interview, like he prefers short matches because it like the longer the match is, the more you can get a little bit more scatterbrained, the more you can do more bullshit. And I think that mindset comes from being in this era of like, hey, go out there, you have 6, and just do what you got to do in 6 minutes, get it done, get out, and like make it good.
Yeah, and I've said a bunch of times in a bunch of places, I think like having lines to color in is good. And it does force you to be like more creative. Like, how am I going to get over in 6 minutes with like my skill set? But also,
And
he's doing stuff here like working the apron and shit that I don't think he would have been doing like if
in
he had stayed in Ring of Honor.
ROH,
He's
yeah,
such a quick study to like major league wrestling.
he
It's wild.
and I mean, like the match, I brought that match last year that I said was like probably my match of the year, realistically, of him and Neon, which 10-minute time limit, and I mean the way that they
Great.
pack in that 10 minutes is, it's the same thing. Like I thought about just bringing it again for this match or for this podcast because I'm like that match is so fucking good. Maybe I just double dip, but I was like
It is like the best modern, like current London match by a mile, probably
yeah,
because of who
absolutely.
he's working with.
Yeah, Naon definitely helps him. I tried to watch the MLW one that they did, and I couldn't get through it because it was MLW production, and God, is that fucking awful.
Yeah, not even saying like Naon carries him or whatever. He's just worked a lot of shitters
Yeah, well,
lately.
Naon. The thing about Naon is like they play off of each other well, and like he kind of gets to be, the roles get to be flipped in that match where
Yeah,
now
Naon
Kendrick
is young
or
Paul London, basically.
yeah, London gets to be the heel, like and Naon gets to be
Good
the
way of putting it.
baby face. But back to this match, like they, Josh Matthews studied up. They talk about 0-1. He mentions the Super 8 tournament.
ECWA, so funny.
Like I heard him mention the Super 8 tournament, and I'm like, you're allowed to say that? Like, are you sure?
Again,
um,
nobody was paying attention.
yeah, true.
At all.
Velocity.
Yeah, I doubt Vince was even had the sound on for this one. Like he was in his own little world probably. He was still, doing God knows what in the back room.
Cocaine.
Like you said, London's the guy who gets the hot tag, and he gets a cross body, but he jumps into it like it's a frog splash. Like he does the like knee tuck thing like Eddie, which looks so fucking cool.
And hits Kane in the face.
Yeah, dude. And then heel kick, drops all of this stuff is like
The classics.
just tight as hell, just stiff as could be, springboard moonsault. Like they make everything look great here. Spanky like makes the save because London's about to get pinned, and ends up eating the canyon bomb from it. Which, by the way,
Brutal, dude.
why
God
does
damn.
why does no one do the canyon bomb? I know why, realistically, because that looks. I would if you
You
said,
got
"Hey, London,"
a 20% chance of getting a concussion off that.
it's like, "Hey, do you want to take my finish?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, well, it's a sit out Alabama slam." um, I'm gonna go. No, not a fucking chance.
All
I'm
good. Can
taking
we do the
that.
flatliner, brother?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the flatliner.
But-
This fucking. That's really, really on the head, man.
We hammered a lot on Gabe because he sucks big time, but Bill DeMott is just as bad in this. And a worse
Oh.
person. So
But hey, the canyon bomb does look sick, and then the finish here of the STO Insiguri combo, just such a good tag move. Like
Awesome. To
Oh
get well
yeah,
soon.
the fucking the back of the head, Antigiri
another
and
another part of that
Istio.
too. Once
Reverse
that
again,
shit was
Istio.
dope. That shit was dope. It was also very loud.
once again, like London is like selling his ass off here, just trying to get up because he just he's been getting beat down, but he like gets pulled over, gets the pin. It's a like it's 8 minutes of or like not even it's 7 minutes basically of just
Fire.
pure guys just working as hard as they can, trying to make something.
But it's really well structured too, and it's like one of the things in the like you see in the first match is like the connective tissue is not quite there. Like Paul London does a lot of like two forearms, Irish whip get reversed
Hmm.
because they're sort of moving
Uh-huh.
from spot to spot, but this doesn't have that feel.
No, it
Like
it
it's
feels like, and maybe it's the tag nature of it, kind of like helping that, but it really feels like a two like two guys trying to do everything they can to like make sure the other two guys don't get the one up.
awesome
Like,
match. There's a million of these on YouTube
and
from
that's the
Velocity.
thing. And like you said about all of these matches, like there's a million of these matches on Velocity or SmackDown of like these two tagging that are all like just amazing.
Hmm. Very
This
dope.
Um,
Everything
they
dope in this.
they had it rolling on with the cruisers in this period, man. I I don't want to sound like a lunatic, but you could argue that like as far as like consistent, and they get a little more time too. That this like the SmackDown cruisers from here, like Akio, Paul London, Spanky, uh, Tajiri, Jamie Noble, Rey Mysterio, like that. You could argue that this stuff is better, like on the whole, than the WCW cruiserweight stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like week to
um,
week. They
That's
don't get the
obviously,
funny.
pay-per-view showcase matches like the WCW Cruiserweight division got, but like as far as the TV matches go, like it's right there.
the Paul ends up leaving WWE in '08. Um,
It's a good
you
time
know
to
that
leave. Everything fucking sucked.
everything sucked. I mean, you can go listen to the interviews and the stories. Obviously, like the pretty infamous one is the him smiling before Vince McMahon gets blown up
He
in the
was just done.
limousine.
He was just done with everything, I think.
Well, like he explains it. They're telling him like, hey, like they're like, hey, Vince is gonna walk through here and like he's gonna be very odd and like they kept using a slur and I can't remember which one it is, but it was like one of the they just kept using a slur and he's like I couldn't understand why like they just kept pushing the slur, but they just kept doing it,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, but nonetheless he like walks through and they're just like, everybody else is like kind of doesn't want to look at him, and so he's just like, well, it's my boss. Like, what would I do if I seen my boss walking by? I would fucking smile and want to try and glad hand him. Because which makes sense, but then like they do the take. They had done the limo exploding thing the day before. So that part of the shot is not native to the like walkthrough. Like it's two pieces cut together. So they see Paul smiling,
Trump
and
thought that was real. I just have to. I can't let that pass without saying that
they
our
shoot
president thought that was real.
they shoot that right of Vince walking through. They see London smiling, and they go, hey Paul, like you see that, and he was like, oh okay, and then like Vince sees it, gets really mad, walks over and goes like just gets in his face, yells at him, says, "Don't you ever look like that again, like he just basically motherfucking him," and then just turns around and walks away and leaves. Like they could have reshot that.
That's like your
Uh-huh.
evil 6th grade teacher who gets mad at you for like laughing or smiling. Come
Like
on,
they could have
don't ever smile again.
they could have just reshot the clip of him walking through, but they don't because Vince gets pissed and walks off, and so then that's the clip they have because they only shot it one time with fucking Paul London smiling his ass off.
They could have just easily said, "Hey, don't smile," but then they saw.
He also has like a bunch of other backstage bullshit problems. Like I said, he's one of the like people who just talks the most shit. But he had problems with Matt Hardy because he and Ashley Massaro started having a relationship, who Matt had previously had a relationship with. Which is also that's why she gets paired with them, him and Kendrick for a time.
Matt
Which
Hardy, ultimate cuck.
Matt
Everything about him
Matt got
sucked.
heat on him because because he said that he posted on his blog that Paul London leaked out that Ashley was going to be on the cover of Playboy. And that got him heat in the backstage, that is such a 2006 SmackDown or
Man,
WWE sentence.
politics are just the most. I would just be like, "Are you guys serious? Go
Uh,
fuck yourself." I
Because
there's
just.
Paul London seems like a normal person,
he
Mhm.
is. I
so
mean,
he was not a fit for
Yeah.
2003 WWE.
or even 2007
Hey, yeah,
WWE, 2006. Yeah, he and he he finally leaves and he starts this he comes back and he starts basically just going to indies and wrestling on indies. I mean, he starts working PWG where he has a pretty famous run tagging with El Generico. Um he I think he doesn't he tag with uh
Dom.
Danielson
Yep.
one time
I was
too, I
there. I was
think.
there.
I'm gonna
He
be
has a
honest with you, Brady. I haven't gone back and watched the PWG tapes. I remember at the time thinking he was awesome in PWG.
I mean, he fit the style pretty well.
Yeah,
But there's a reason why I did not bring any of those matches
because we would
because
have ended the podcast.
it doesn't really serve the narrative of what I wanted to talk about in a post WWE world for him. So he's still wrestling, right? He had a match last weekend which I watched, which was him and Flash Morgan Webster against Lycos Jim,
Oh.
which
Mm.
you know, listen, I watched it. I pretty much only watched the Paul London part, and it was
Mhm.
honestly kind of nice to watch him because he was getting to be a babyface. Because, and now he doesn't only wrestle as a heel, but he's almost always a heel. Um, I thought about bringing the MLW match of him versus Austin Aries. However, I couldn't in good conscience bring 2025 Austin Aries to the podcast. Um, that match isn't bad. I mean, if you are okay with watching Austin Aries in the year of our Lord, um,
I am.
I would recommend it because London bumps pretty crazy in it. Like he does some
Can
fun
I
shit.
watch it if I'm vaccinated?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Then
Um,
we're good.
but instead, just kind of searching around, I found this match. It is Paul London versus Anthony Greene from Limitless Wrestling 5/13/17. So it's in this weird kind of time period for Paul London. He's not I think he's already started kind of doing the singing gimmick, but he's not quite Fat Elvis yet.
He's wearing the
Um
gear that looks like what I put my white ass kid in when we went to the beach in Alabama.
he funny
Like a
thing
full
is
body wetsuit.
Yeah,
that
with a
match
hood.
that match I mentioned that he wrestled in last weekend, he was wearing this exact same gear.
Oh no! I bet that shit was about to bust
Yep.
the seams. So I
Yeah, because
dick
he's
print
gained
even more.
He's gained about 20 pounds. One of the funny things from the Aries match I'll mention real quick is Aries like calls him fat, like when they're doing like the stare off before they like lock up and like start the match. He like calls him fat and he just grabs his like stomach, like his little pooch, and goes, "I eat meat," and then they start fighting. It's
Yeah.
very funny.
Paul
He's
London,
This
great.
definitely the much better brand of crazy than Austin Aries.
this
Yes.
match is a pleasant surprise, I would describe it.
Yeah, I
Um,
thought it was good. I thought it was real good.
I was expecting
Pretty
it to
good.
be a
Pretty
lot
good.
worse. I was kind of just watching it for prosperity's sake, because I was kind of at a point where I was like, you know what? Maybe if I just, because it was something you had mentioned, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of like struggling to find like a post WWE thing, and you were like, well, this is why I didn't bring Attitude Era Boss Man, because like he was just stuck in hellhole.
Yeah, you can
Um,
mention it, but you don't have. Yeah,
you don't have to bring it, and I was like, yeah. So I was kind of in this like mindset where I'm like, maybe I'll just like find another one of the like just a singles match or something, like find like maybe bring like one of the Akio matches or one of the other like cruiserweight title matches. Um and so I was kind of in that like headspace, and then I found this, and it's a lot of fun. It's very 2017 indie, I would say.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's. I think it gets like a little bit of a pass because it's TV superstar Paul London, and it's like
Yeah. And that's
they're
that's
they're they're having fun, and it's a fun match for the crowd and all that. But
Yes.
like he Paul London also somehow like leads him to a very good and tight match with like a lot of
yeah.
stiff shit and like creative stuff around the yeah 2017 indie bullshit.
And like he does it's very clear. It's like you are booking Paul London because this is ex WWE star Paul London, even though like he is much more than just that. But and especially at this point because
Well,
he's already had like,
that's how you get the speculators in. Oh wait, ex WWE. Oh shit, I remember him. And then they
but
come.
like he had already had like if you were like tapped into indie stuff, he had already had his ROH return where he has the. I watched that match the other night with Davey Richards where Davey literally knocks him out with a double stomp to his face.
Mhm.
Um which is it's gnarly. Somehow Paul London finishes that match.
Thank you. Yeah, dump all your diapers, dude. I'm sorry.
My
I'm
bad.
actually paying
That's my bad.
attention.
That's my bad.
He sent me the video of Hulk Hogan talking about do your diapers, dude. And I thought it was really funny.
um but yeah, like you said, he kind of works in this like pretty stiff fun match. You kind of get the like beginning stuff that is very like of indicated of indies, but like then he like is like, oh, like Anthony Greene's gonna do the like, oh, let me see if I can get a good running start and like shoulder tackle you, and he just hits him with the like drop kick. That's like it's like a weird drop salt. He doesn't like go full backwards, but he's
The
still
age is there, but he's still moving so
he
fucking
I
stealth.
does
thought
it
in my
perfectly.
notes I wrote it lovely drop kick.
Yeah, no, it's a dope ass
I mean,
drop
it's
kick,
a
but
it's an
it's not as
amazing drop kick, yeah, because he gets him right in the kisser. Like
yes.
it is everything you want out of a good drop kick. But yeah, it's kind of like he does kind of flip, but he flips to the side. And
His bump card is pretty full.
pretty full and still growing.
Yeah.
Did I clip the Austin Aries one? I might have to. I'll see if I can clip that and post it later because that
Oh,
is like he like takes a bump off the top turnbuckle and he
Clips his feet a little bit.
he Peter Griffin's down the side of the ring.
He does
you
Peter Griffin.
Davey Richards, eat shit.
um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Anthony Greene like Anthony Greene at this point too is like, he hasn't. People might know him now for like, I think he's like a Noah guy for a bit.
He's not good-looking guys. Anthony Greene and Noah. Yep.
I think he had like a WWE stint too. Like he did a
Really?
lot of stuff.
No,
Yeah,
he didn't.
I
Did
think
he?
so.
How?
Hold on, let me double check this. Anthony, I'm pretty sure.
When
Did
Brady just
he?
lies to you.
I swear to God, I don't think I'm lying.
Well, he was in Limitless,
Well,
Evolve,
yes,
Beyond, and
he
Lucha
also
Underground at the
known
same
for his
time.
time
So
in WWE, where he mainly performed in the 205 Live brand under the ring name
Okay.
August Gray.
Okay. Well, I feel like 205 Live probably, if you guys put on 205 Live, you wanted to kill yourself. Because who was
Hey,
watching 205 Live?
in
Brady.
2020, fucking nobody. But in like when that shit was first popping off, like when like post Cruiserweight Classic in like 2016, 2017, that was a cool show.
I remember watching it and like they had good workers, but the crowd was like the deadest crowd ever for all
Mhm.
those tapings. Like just nothing.
You want to know who the lead writer was according to Wikipedia on 205 Live?
Gabe
Oh,
Sapolsky.
Jesus.
Dewey Foley.
Who? Who? Who?
Kane
Kane
Dewey.
Dewey, yeah.
Dewey
I like
Foley
after
is Mick Foley's son, Dom.
What?
Yeah.
What? What? I didn't even know he had. Oh my God!
I mean,
Wait, Dewey, you sick sons of bitches!
you knew he had a daughter, right?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I always,
yeah.
whenever I think about Older Man Foley, I think about him just being around the hottest woman ever because he's Old Man Foley and he just gets away with it. Fuck you, bitch.
God damn it,
You, yeah, I didn't want to say
that
nothing.
might have
Yeah.
flew under the radar there, but I
No,
needed to
bro,
laugh at it.
beautiful lady Mick Foley's daughter.
Yeah.
Forget the
I didn't
name.
say shit. I was just gonna say I like how Paul London turned into like Indy Arn Anderson for 3 minutes of this match.
Yeah, that
I
is,
don't even
yeah.
know what you're
Always
talking about.
pointing at his head and shit.
they they the moment that I was like sold on this match is when they're going out to the crowd chopping each other, and then they ask a fan to chop them, and they finally get like a lady to get up, and she chops them, but it's not really like it's not that good of a chop,
It's a very fun sequence with all the fans.
And then like they reverse it, and they reverse it, and like the biggest man you've ever seen stands up to chop him. Like
Apparently, one of Ace Rockwell's drunken friends.
this dude
Yeah,
was
they kept
fucking
saying Ace Rockwell. I don't
this
know who that
dude
is.
was
He was on commentary. He's a wrestler.
Oh,
He
I'm
was
not
pretty
this dude
good,
watching.
was
man. He was pretty
a
good.
monster of a man
Dumbass.
that stands up here. And like he stands up, and like it's like he comes out of nowhere because he's sitting down and he's like a normal person. And then he stands up, and dude, he like is a whole head taller than both Anthony Greene and Paul London, and like looks like he could eat them. Like,
Why doesn't the
dude,
big one just eat the little one?
he is such a big guy, and he chops the shit out of Paul London. Yeah,
Pretty
and
much
then
everybody in the front row gets a turn.
yeah,
Which
they
again,
go over.
it's silly, but like, it's fun, man. It's
Yeah, this is like, in my opinion, this is like the ideal thing for indie wrestling. Like, e- you either need to go out there and have like a good, tight, like, expertly crafted
A
match,
good type
or
butt
you need to have fun with it. Like, don't
mhm,
take yourself that seriously.
with a nice butt.
And so you get Paul London going out there, and you get this dude to do like
Mhm.
not Mongolian chops, but like double, like downward chops. And then like you get some other stuff. There's like a there's
I was,
like
I was
a
thinking of something.
there's a dive from Anthony Greene, like where he like goes up to the top rope and like just dives off onto Paul London, and they both just eat shit.
That's so tough. Yeah,
And then
it's the toughest. It's a good
and
match,
then
actually.
you get Paul London kind of playing to the fans a bit more, trying to like sell the super kick to him, because then the fans are like super kick him again, and he just starts like super kicking him a bunch. Anthony Green's feeding into it. He like sets him up in a chair to like do like the around the ring bit, and then eats a super kick. And like then they get back in the ring, and then they have a good finishing sequence.
Yeah, it's fun and it's cool, and it's like this is a great role for Paul London to come in and like be fun and make people stoked that they got to see Paul London, and then sort of be like an upper card gatekeeper for your local guy. Because
Yeah,
Anthony Greene gets the win. That's a big win, man.
and like not just like in any like circumstances either. I mean, like Paul London hits this like second rope shooting star press that he
Barely.
should not have got around for, and
Barely.
he clips his feet on the top rope, and it
Fucking
looks
slaps his face
insane.
on the shit again. So tough.
Dude, yeah, it's more of like a shooting star headbutt. Because he just kind of whacks him with his head.
Someone should maybe do that.
That sounds dangerous.
Who could
But
do
then he
that?
like,
Yeah.
Who could do the shooting star headbutt? Somebody in CMLL.
Someone with
he,
a big old fucking noggin, probably. Yeah.
I am trying to figure out, because he like goes for a moonsault, and
Piano, big old head.
I can't figure out if he's trying to go for
Dude.
a moonsault like suplex, because that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like he's
Yeah,
trying to
yeah, 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 yeah.
reach for
I
the
know what you mean.
waist. He doesn't though. It's a flying nothing, but it's a crazy flying nothing to be a moonsault. And then he eats the springboard cutter. Anthony Greene gets the win, and like you said, this is like the ideal role for him to play as just like an aging guy. Like he can come in, he can kind of heal it up a little bit. Um, you sent, I'd have to scroll back in the Discord chat to find it, but that match where he of the SCI weekend.
Dude, and I gotta say too, like my wife went with me to SCI, and Paul London was by far her favorite wrestler. He did the Thunderball shit. He threw trash all over everybody. It was a blast. That was like, I mean, like there were, Makabe was there, Mad Dog was there. Like it was a pretty loaded lineup, and she was like, "This guy is unbelievable," and I think that means something.
Oh yeah,
Kind of like the
against
boss man stuff we
the
talked about.
match you sent was against Rico Gonzalez, and you said that was the better of the two matches he had that weekend. And
Fruity boy, buddy.
that match, genuinely, I would recommend. I think that match was honestly really good. Like I said, the Neon match, the Austin Aries match, um, handful. Like I said, go watch basically any SmackDown or Velocity match. Our friend Griffin has that great edited together video of all of the Paul London versus Akio matches, and
I gotta watch those.
watch Griffin's because the WWE went and uploaded one, and WWE's has ones missing
Shout out Griffin,
that Griffin has. So
the king.
check out Griffin's. I think it's a what is his what's his
Hollywood,
channel?
Hollywood Wrestling or Hollywood something.
Yeah,
Awesome guy.
Yeah, great TV match playlists he makes. A
yeah.
treasure trove.
If you just search Paul London versus Akio, I mean his is literally the second video on the
What's his
recommended.
name? What's his name on there?
It's a Hollywood Wood having no O's wrestling rewind.
Okay, yeah.
So HOLLYWD'. And then like the third one is that fucking is the WWE Vault upload version. But I mean, it's literally his is an hour and 24 minutes long. The WWE Vault is 45 minutes long. So you're getting 30 plus more minutes of wrestling there. And Paul even said like they would go out there and they would tear it up, and then they just like they'd go out there, wrestle for 10 minutes, tear it up, and then they cut it down to like 5. So even that, like there's probably shit you missed that no one, unless you were in the crowd live when they were taping Velocity pre SmackDown, that you got to see. Paul London, I mean, he's still going. He's wrestling fairly limited, obviously, because he is struggling. Like he's young. He's not a young man anymore. The bumps are catching up. But I mean, there was a point where like he stopped wrestling. Like he didn't wrestle all of 2019. He didn't wrestle all of 2020. Like
Well, I
there
don't
was a
think anyone was doing much of anything in 2020. And
yeah, but like but by that I mean like even in 2020, like he didn't come back. And
before the
like
world stopped, yeah.
he wasn't wrestling in the beginning of the before pandemic. He doesn't wrestle again until 2020 or April of 2021, where he wrestles Val Venus.
Oh my god!
But
Brutal.
If you could just you could really just erase Val Venus from the business, and everything would go untouched and the same.
this is a crazy card, by the way. Aerostar and Drago defeat the Lucha Homies.
Oh my god!
Tessa Blanchard defeats Chris Statlander.
Ooh,
Paul
oh,
London defeats Val
fart, toot
Venus.
toot, fart, stinky, toot.
Alberto El Patron with Conan defeats
Yes.
Daga with Don Fry. Why is Don
Why
Fry
is there
here?
Don Fry? I was too busy making fucking fart noises.
And then Pentagon Jr. defeats Brian Cage, Buff Bagwell, and Ryan Kidd.
Sure, bro. Whatever. I mean, why the fuck is Buff Bag? Why?
That's also the
Hey,
only that's also the only match he wrestles at all in 2021. He doesn't wrestle another match again until September of 22.
How much? I mean, how much money were they offering, or was he just like Buff Bagwell? Okay, I like Buff
Dude,
Bagwell.
but
I don't
he
even
is
know.
not cheap. I bet Buff Bagwell did not work cheap.
Him and Paul London. I bet they're not
Yeah.
cheap.
But yeah, then he comes back 2023, and that's when he kind of starts working a bit more consistently.
And I
Doing a
think
lot of indies, and like I
he's
think
doing
you said,
seminars. Yeah.
yeah, like you said, he does a lot of seminars, a lot of like come in, he'll probably cut his rate down because he'll do a seminar, and then just wrestle whoever you want him to wrestle on the show. Like we said, kind of doing that vet thing of like come in, work a good match, put your guy over. But the reason I think he deserves a spot on the GWE list in general and why you should give him a vote is just that like you don't need to discredit everything past 2002, which I think is very easy to do because of the kind of connotation of what SmackDown brings if you're not a Rey Mysterio, an Eddie Guerrero, or even some of the other top guys on the card, like a Batista, John Cena, Edge. Not that I think anybody's dominating Edge for GWE, but you know what I'm saying.
He's
Like,
nominated.
Yeah.
I'm
I
saying,
don't
like,
know
I don't know how
how.
many people are voting for him,
Probably too
but
many.
Yeah.
In a
That's
world
enough
like
for
that,
wrestling.
like he shined very bright, and if you go watch his matches, like him and Kendrick largely did a lot of things that like stood out on a show that was really designed around people who didn't fit the like WWE like stereotype. You weren't, and it's caused. I mean, there's a lot of people who are really nostalgic for the Lundrick stuff, like, and rightfully so. I am as well. Like when I was a kid in '06, turning on SmackDown, you see these two wild ass dudes running full sprint to the ring, sliding in on their
With
hands and
their weird
knees.
ass opera masks, I'd be like, I'm kind of scared of you.
That
Actually,
apparently Kendrick's wife made. Like she was the one that would
he had
make
a
him
wife.
in London those masks.
She
And
was.
then
She's cool with all the flat Earth.
yeah, I don't know.
Shit, man.
But
Good
then
for
I mean,
you.
like
there's dumb ladies too.
but then like so she was making like all their gear or whatever, and like she would make them the masks. And the story of that goes that like one day um I guess Vince saw the mask and like told them to drop it, and they were like, why? Like we've been coming out with these masks for months, like people like it. And I think the truth of it is like they were like they were like, well, we can't merchandise these, so we don't want them out there because then kids are gonna want them. But like they just told
Yeah.
them, they just like bullshitted them and were just like, lose the masks. Why are you coming out in masks? It doesn't make sense. It's like, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, why not? It'll be. Why not do something cool and different? Fucking
Exactly.
stupid ass company.
Losers. But Paul London, like, goes out there, he sells his ass off. He just is like really genuinely a great worker. And he's complete. He does everything you want him to do. He's good in 2025. He was good in 2002. And how many guys can you still say that about? You know, I mean, even just looking at his contemporaries, looking at the guys we mentioned that are indie legends. AJ Styles, retired seemingly. Um,
That's crazy. I mean,
CM
like
Punk,
that's ridiculous photo. Like he's mad. Like that's a movie star look. That's crazy. And he was doing
dude,
wrestling.
did you watch that fucking the Paul
I didn't
London?
watch the Conan. I did not.
You need to at least like you don't have to watch it right now, but you really need to watch that shit. You will pop so crazy. Apparently they made it into a comic book too.
Oh, that's fucking tough. I fuck with that.
Yeah. Henry was talking about that. It's his brother working on the comic book because
Huh.
the movie never got off the ground or whatever.
Yeah, so they like kickstarted it into a comic book, and
That's cute.
they've made at least one issue. I think they were supposed to make a second, but
Well,
it's very funny. That trailer thing is hilarious.
fucking awesome job, Brady.
Yes,
Um,
very great job.
yeah, man,
I'm considering him, and I wasn't. So fuck yeah, dude.
I think just a great TV worker, a great wrestler, and I think to me he appeals the most. And
Hmm.
he's still working at a high level ish. I mean, it's
Which is
MLW.
dope.
You could realistically, the thing is like I think the reason he works MLW is because of how they work, and he can be a little bit more loosey goosey.
Hmm.
But
He can really hit someone if he wants.
well, I mean, like in they're only gonna tape shows like once every 2 months or whatever,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's like the TNA deal kind of. And so I think he trains people. I think he wrestles in a lot of weird places, like that Compton Mania thing I found.
Yeah,
Which
just the ultimate indie guy just doing bullshit. Just shout out.
just wrestling the shindies. Ah, man, just what a guy. You're sending pictures of fucking hot Paul London.
Sorry, dude.
But
It's crazy.
Giving me a fucking look.
yeah, that's all. That's all. I mean, that's what this is, right? This is make a case, try and get you to believe and maybe look deeper on a guy that like could be really dismissed as just another one of those flippy indie guys from the early 2000s. Um, or however you want to look at him, or a guy who was shackled by the WWE office, which is also true. Um, but I mean, he did so much more. Go watch. I mean, if you like indie stuff, go watch the PWG stuff because I mean, A match I've wanted to bring to the pod for a long time was that the Generico and him versus Kings of Wrestling, because he does like a drop salt like into a pin that I always thought was fucking really sick.
Oh, that does sound tough.
You've definitely watched the match. Actually, Dom, you might have been the one that sent me the match. This was like 2 years ago. This
Yeah.
is this is like a pre-pod kind of thing, and it's like something that's been on my list of like matches I should probably bring for a long time. But yeah,
I
go.
just forget.
Hey, it's been 2 years. I have a decent memory, but hey, I get it. It's the weed talking.
True. I don't even know. I don't even know. You know.
As for the rest of the bits of our pod that you guys experience every week, um, who gets the CM Punk award? Is it Anthony Greene or Shannon Moore? Because it's one of those two.
I think I would. I think I would fuck Anthony Greene up. Please don't listen to this.
I I think it's Anthony Greene. I mean, 2017 Anthony Greene, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
I think
yeah.
that's the easy one this week.
Which means it's time for the Animal Corner. Dom,
Oh my god.
tell
What
us
did I pick?
tell
Thank
us
you.
about kangaroos.
They're very cool. They have pouches. They're marsupials. Because they have pouches, that's one of the things marsupials have.
And it's all nasty in there.
It's all nasty. It's just like flesh in there. It's nasty as fuck. You're right.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
I've
think
never.
there's like
It
fluid
just
in
looks.
there. and
Yeah.
stuff,
It just looks gross. It just looks.
I've never. I
It's
don't
like
think I've ever
gooey.
seen the inside of a kangaroo pouch.
It's just like a skin set flap.
They keep
It's
their
gross.
vape in there.
Yeah, true. That's where I keep my little pen.
It's like women who keep all their like personal items in their bra. You know, you know what I'm talking about, where they like keep their
Yeah.
like debit card and shit like in their
Yeah.
bra.
Yeah. They're also creatures that are really built to just fuck shit up. I mean, they are muscular. Their nails on their legs grow out into big fucking shanks almost. They have big arms just meant for grabbing and kicking, like grabbing and holding in place, like just a real mean animal. I mean they're cool, they're cute though. I
That's
like
a
in
kangaroo Jack one time.
There's a character in Tekken. His name he is awesome because his name is Roger, and in lore he has a son named Roger Jr. And in Roger Jr.'s story, this is the bullshit Tekken does. At the end of his story, you beat the game with Roger Jr. and you come home and the arcade ending is that Roger is getting drunk and partying with other kangaroo girls and he's a bum father and Roger Jr. disowns him. I swear to God, I'm gonna send it to you later because it's just so like, what are we doing? It's the funniest shit ever. Literally just in lore that his kangaroo father's a bum.
With kangaroo ladies.
Bro, straight up with kangaroo ladies.
EO Day Roger.
I totally didn't just turn on Kangaroo Jack right now. Just watch Kangaroo Jack while we finish the pod.
Dear Lord. I'm just
Give
over
her-
watching one of the worst movies ever. Don't mind me.
What?
Yeah,
This
right.
this is not anywhere near one of the
Kangaroo
worst
Jack
movies
sucks.
ever.
It truly is.
Kangaroo Jack
I don't know.
is
Listen,
Okay,
God.
so it was at the time. Everything has gotten like a million times dumber. So like the last
For-
3 years,
for what it's worth,
iterate
I don't.
anything that happened before. But
For what it's worth, I don't think I've seen this movie in maybe close to 2 decades.
well, you were the target audience. I was
Yeah.
probably watching the Paul London match. Like,
True,
he
he was on those forums talking about y'all seen this Michael Shane
Y'all seen it?
DVD.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah,
I was buying. I would have bought the VHS of this because it was cheaper,
You-
and they were still making them.
You were watching fucking the unscripted DVD or VHS from the and my mom rented this movie from the movie store.
Yep. Shout out the movie store.
Shout out the movie stores that used
Tough.
to.
Starcade 85.
Shouts out Hollywood Video and Tan.
And tan. That's
That's where we rented the movies from. My mom would every Friday night. My mom would we would get my cousin because she would stay the night because my mom had to work Saturday mornings. So this is some like random Brady lore. This has nothing to do with the podcast. I'm sorry, but anyway, I'm gonna finish the story. We would pick up my cousin because my mom would have to work Saturday mornings. So my cousin would come over. Her and my mom would get movies because my cousin's like 10 years older than me. So they would get like some rom-com bullshit, and then I would get a kids movie, and then we would get pizza, and we would come home every Friday night and fucking watch whatever watch my movie, and then they would watch whatever their movies were and eat pizza. Ah, what a life! This is like pre me getting into SmackDown. That's how I watched the Johnny Knoxville Dukes of Hazzard movie.
That's so crazy that it's like I never like Johnny Knoxville is not a real actor. And like, you know what I mean? That never happened. He was only in Jackass and got beat up. That's the only thing he did.
it's so funny because Jackass was like such a cultural phenomenon that he was like.
That
They tried for a while.
He became so famous.
My dad knows who Johnny Knoxville is. You know.
Yeah.
Wrestling fans know who Johnny Knoxville is.
That's right. Great worker. Get him on the GWB.
Should have nominated him. Any other things you want to tell us about kangaroos? Since I interrupted you to talk about fucking Kangaroo Jack.
No, they're just beautiful creatures that I think deserve a fair share. They are very cute to look at in the face. I think when you really are like, aw.
Yeah, it belies how terrifying they are and how they kick your head off.
Then we'll just fuck you up. Cage match game.
Much like my person for the cage match game, who is an 8.39.
Holy fucking doing the segues for me. Goddamn. An 8.9.
8.39.
Okay. Fuck. Dom, you got any ideas?
Nigel McGuinness.
No. Good guess.
All right, we'll stay near the same vein. And say Austin Aries.
Not Austin Aries. Good guess also. First review is a 5. From Damien. Bald, bearded dude number 43. He is good in the ring. He is just not interesting enough to make me care about his wrestling. His look is generic. His wrestling names are trash. And his promos are nothing to write home about. Even in the ring, he is just good. Not like a can't-miss prospect or anything. And that's from 2019. So prospect in 2019. Bald, bearded, trash names.
Tommaso Ciampa?
No, very good guess.
You said bald and bearded in 2019.
Is this
Mohawk in 2019? Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Is this Dax Harwood?
No, that's also a great guess. All right. Number 2. This is a 9 from the main event master. He is a really good, no-nonsense, hard-hitting brawler. He was great in NXT, and I really wish he would get another shot with a major promotion.
Okay, so we're on the right track here with the NXT bullshit. Get a shot with another promotion. Bald.
What
beard.
the fuck?
No nonsense, hard hitting brawler. Trash names.
Oni Lorcan?
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah! Worst fucking name ever.
It's so bad, dude. I think he's awesome though. I like Biff Busick.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, yeah, Biff Busick is. I think Biff Busick is
Biff-
funnier because Biff
Beast
is
mode.
just stupid. Yeah.
Biff Busick, though, by far and away better name than Oni
Yeah.
Lorcan.
Yeah, Oni Lorcan is one of the worst.
I always thought he was
NXT
British.
crimes.
I always thought
Well,
he was
they had him
British
with
because
Danny
of it.
Birch,
Well, yeah, but like
Martin Stone.
Oni
I assumed
Lorcan.
they just put him with the British guys because the way he worked, like a weird catch style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of fair. But I always thought he was just like a genuine British guy, and then I found out he wasn't an actual British guy, and I'm like, wait, what? That's
I
fucking
think
confusing.
one of the funny things was I think one of the reviews called him like imagine if Timothy Thatcher was shitty, and I think it's actually like the reverse.
Yeah,
Like
like
Timothy Thatcher is shitty Biff Busick.
And I don't
just
even hate Thatcher that much, but
No,
yeah,
but
he just really wants to work for WWE.
Biff rules.
he does.
Yep. All right, we're gonna
Uh,
do pros and
there it
coners.
is. Yeah,
Yep.
Dom. I will say Dom gets his first points on the board
Okay.
now.
Ahead of me, right?
No, because that puts him at 2 points. So it is me
Okay.
8,
Yep.
you 3, and then Dom 2.
Okay.
So close race there.
Eat a dick. Dick sucking Gabe.
Dick sucker Gabe, bitch.
Want to do pros and coners?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, File Under Fire dudes. Thought I would keep the GWE questions coming, so I wanted to follow up on something that came up in the last episode. The idea of roles came up last week, and I was wondering if there are any specific roles that you think voters may undervalue when considering their lists. And he has a footnote here. Obviously, this was also brought up last week in the context of Big Boss Man being one of the great TV match workers. Also, is there a way to look at roles beyond just the purpose the wrestler served on the card or in the company? For example, would you consider a guy like Sambo Asako for your list because he was the best punching bag in the years he was working be a useful exercise? Footnotes 2. This might just be an ass backwards way of examining the quality of a wrestler's performance, though probably just getting too into the weeds here. If so, what are some roles like this that you might consider praising someone for, and what are some examples of them? Thanks for the great pods, guys. I think anything outside of like Ace is undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you're
I
talking about GWE.
I think I feel like with people like I'm not saying Mick Foley's a bad worker, but I'm just saying people like Mick Foley are nominated just for how much damage they took and how you know what I'm saying? Like
How
that's
good
his
he made
role.
other
Yes.
guys look.
How good he made other guys look by getting beat up and taking awful bumps and not caring about his body. You know what I mean? That's why he's on the list. But he's great, but that's his role.
I think Mick only kind of gets that bump because he does get the like
He's also just a great wrestler. Yeah, he's
he
also
gets the love on the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
end of
We love
like,
Mick.
hey, we're also gonna give you this title run. You know, you're gonna get to be like
Mhm.
the guy, basically.
In WWE,
Yeah.
WWF. Yeah. I have tried to represent the roles that I think are cool.
Mhm.
Outside of just like the main event ace guys or like the super workers that like never broke through to that level. Like we talked about Bossman as a squash worker. I have Bill Dundee like pretty high on my list as a squash worker. Because outside of the Lawler arena stuff, there's not like a ton, but I think like the strength of that. Somebody that Brady talked about earlier, Niebla, was
Sorry.
like, no, Mr. Niebla was like a crazy athlete in the trios doing all the neon spots, which is a cool role. And then he became like a stooge, silly comedy guy, and he like
Uh-huh.
excelled at that. So any role that I value, I have tried to make a place on my list for the person who was like the best at that thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think
You know,
that's kind of the right way to approach it. Just like if they had a good if they excelled the most in their role.
And
uh-huh.
he's asking about like the nature of roles and like, is it beyond like your spot on the card? And I definitely think it is. Something you need to look at when you're talking about guys who are not like Terry Funk or Stan Hansen or fucking Hiroshi Tanahashi or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like a guy that I think we probably all will have, Black Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because he's an
Yeah.
ass beater.
He's like a trios guy, but like not even a trios guy, but like he does, a lot of the Osaka Pro multi-mans
Yeah.
and, and that kind of stuff. So I
But
think that you definitely have to consider all that, and it is beyond like your place on the card. Like, what are you there for, and are you the best person at that?
mm-hmm. Yeah. I think you laid that out perfectly. I don't really think I have anything to add to that. I will say this is to Connor specifically. I appreciate the way that you formatted the email.
Yes.
Hunter's always coming with the heat, man. Such
He's great at
thoughtful
that.
questions and so,
Yeah.
like well written.
My role is if they're cool, if they're very dope cool.
If you like them,
If I like them, and I think that. But I mean, I was gonna say my real answer is if they're like guys that are fun to watch, but that's not like a role. I don't know. That's just like a general thing. Like that's just how if they're fun, I like them.
yeah.
I guess I could save all this for my episode and why I bring who I bring, but
Yeah, I can't wait.
Which next week, I guess.
oh man, I'm gonna be high, but I can't be too high because I can't. I have to be verbal
Yeah,
the
that'll
whole entire
probably help.
time.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
I was stressed out all week about knowing because I'm
Okay.
okay with talking, but usually a lot of my talking that I do on this podcast is very like in the moment thought, like as my thoughts come out. I don't ever really like pre-think up like a list of things to talk about or like come with like a bunch of facts or whatever, kind of like how Obby does. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to be Obby on this episode. I don't know what to do. So don't worry. The stress is real there for me too.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know any of these facts. Me as a white man, so this Mexican promotion. So here,
But see, you
this,
don't have to have that to make the
yeah,
case,
you're right.
especially with
Very
your
right.
guy.
Yeah, true.
It's ring work based.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Paul
fuck
London
yeah.
is very much a connection to the crowd, also just a sick worker and like he excel like he checks a lot of boxes, whereas like your guy or even like Boss Man is kind of the same thing where it's like it's not necessarily about all the other stuff. It's like this dude was just a sick ass fucking worker
Mm-hmm. Very, very
and like
fair.
excelled very well in his role. If you want to send us an email with a similar
Yeah,
question,
fool. Yeah,
much
fool.
like Connor does, you can send us an email at fileunderfirepod@gmail.com. Dude of the week, uh, I feel like I had one
My wife.
early. Your
True.
wife. Oh, good shout.
Poor
Yeah,
lady.
Avi's Avi's wife fell and what did she do? I already forgot. She
Twisted her
like
ankle. She was
twisted her
pretty bad,
ankle.
huh?
Yeah, she's in a boot. She fucked her knee
Yeah.
up too.
Albito was trying to hide the crutches from his mom pre-pod.
Little
Fucking.
fucker.
So shouts out to Aubie's wife. Hope she gets to heal up pretty quick from that because yeah, getting hurt sucks. It just blows.
Sucks.
Other than that, if you want to, I already said if you want to get a hold of us, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for listening to 2 hours worth of me rambling about fucking Paul London, basically. Um, if you want more friends to listen to this, or if you want to ask us questions about GWE, whatever, do it wherever you feel so fit. And yeah, listen to different style whites. What are you guys doing? Is there a theme this week for different style whites?
Yes.
Being
What is
white. Awesome.
2010s or 21st century different style fights, and they're all fucked and awesome. And John goes ham 'cause it's like in the same way that the Blood Runs Cold stuff was like nostalgic for me. This
Uh-huh.
stuff is nostalgic for John, and it's like the definitive John stuff, and it's
Yeah,
really
this is like
fucking
where he
awesome.
locked in basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go listen to that when it drops. I don't know if this will drop before it or after. Well, they'll either drop at the same time or like a little bit before it, knowing how we kind of operate now. But go listen to that no matter what, because that's gonna be fucking sick. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week with Dom's greatest wrestler ever, Agenda Case, which I'm so excited for.
Yes.
He figured it out early, and I've been waiting to see what the fuck he brings because I
We're
just
gonna
know
have
it's
some
gonna be
sick ass matches.
next week. Like this week, if you're like whatever, I don't know if I want to watch the matches. Maybe we talked about them enough. Fine, sure, whatever. Next week, you are gonna want to watch these motherfuckers.
I'm so excited. I'm so
So
excited.
thank
I'm
you guys for
nervous.
listening. We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.